Today, we're gonna rape this guy.
I don't know why, but looking at your piece. Oof, sorry.
This episode's getting real gay.
It's all that rape talk.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You're gonna make me fart.
Yeah, I've been filming this whole thing.
I know, but I mean, you got something. I know you can cut this out. If you got something.
I just wanted to film him struggling getting the back.
Oh.
What the hell's going on?
He's over here dragging his.
Yeah, my leg was dragging.
Good God Almighty. There's some things I don't. Yeah, now look, I don't want on camera.
Yeah, you lucked out.
Yeah. I can't have nothing my wife get me a divorce on.
Did you get that?
If it's at the gate, that gate's 250 yards. If it's right on the other side of that gate, pop it. Take a shot at it. And who has the gun? I'm not. I just brought. Oh, who burped?
No, it had been me.
It smells like Slim Jims. That's sausage.
Gas station hot wink sandwich. Down there on Everett's, man, you go down there with somebody. Yes, shit.
I think you're better at it than me.
That's because I ain't got my teeth in.
You got hillbilly and dumbass.
We just see like show a lot of like labels and whatnot. Do you think you can get sponsored?
Oh my goodness, Bo. Are you fixing to take a... Are you fixing to take a pinch of this grizzly?
No, this
not a
is
sponsor.
It makes no mess. It doesn't get in your teeth at all, even if you have them.
Not a sponsor. Everybody check up when you're ready. Check. Check. All right. 3, 2, 1. Stand by, stand by. Hey, let me bust him with this stack up 300. Ooh, very good. Whoo! Nice. Hit him. Oh, I got another one. Watch this. All right, let's go play cleanup. That's the ones that aren't down. That took him.
What is up, my felonious YouTube brethren? Does hog hunting, predator hunting, or any kind of hunting in general help with the training of making you a better fighter? Today, we're gonna go over that. Real quick, I wanna knock out a couple of shout outs. One, Dove Adaptive Mounting Solutions. They are the way to go if you're trying to slap a red dot on your pistol and you don't have it cut or have the MOS system. If you're rocking iron sights only, the mount locks in super tight, super secure, and it gives you the ability to slap whatever red dot you want onto your pistol. I am an affiliate with those guys. You can use my code Goliath10. It saves 10% at checkout, whatever you purchase. Give those guys a Google and check them out. They're freaking awesome. Next up, we've got Gunner Optics, an up and coming, amazing optic company. Y'all have seen it on several of my videos. They're the ones that produce the tried and true Gunner Odin 1 to 10 LPVO. By far my go-to setup for anything medium to long range on my AR setups. You'll see that later on in the video. So definitely go check those guys out. You can use my discount code there as well. GK50 should save you about 50 bucks on your purchase. Definitely want to keep an eye out on those guys. They have a lot of new stuff coming out that you're going to see on this channel, obviously, but probably everywhere else. They are some awesome dudes. Go check them out. Now, on to the topic. Can hog hunting, predator hunting, hunting, can any of those things help train you to be a better fighter? Be more prepared in the field for any prey or predators that only walk on 2 legs and not 4. Bipedal and not quadrupedal. To include Bigfoot. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Bigfoot, you're going down if you're watching this. So, as you saw in the intro, me and the homies went out and we did some hog hunting. We tried calling up coyotes, pigs, whatever showed up. Just so happened that the Piggly Wigglies showed up first. As you can see, we had a little difficulty putting targets down. Dirt naps. I need more dirt naps. We had 3 guns up. We had 2 300 blackouts running subs out of bolt guns, and then we had my 14.5 5.56, and I was launching 62 grain boat tail FMJs. I grabbed a handful of training ammo because that's all I had at the time, and we went and got in the stand. Obviously for hunting, whether it is large game, small game, bird, whatever you're after, you need to do your research and tailor your round and your ballistic to maximize efficiency for putting the animal down quickly. For deer and elk and moose and large game like that, trophy game, the standard, they call it an ethical kill, which I don't blame. You want to put the creature down quickly so that it's not suffering. You also don't want to hump 30 miles in the woods tracking your game down as well. With pigs and coyotes, it's kind of a different ball game. Over here in East Texas, there's probably more pigs than there are people. So as far as ethical kills go, no one really gives a shit. Just put some rounds in that thing and it'll turn into buzzer food wherever it does. That being said, stalking for another hour and a half, almost 2 hours after those shots to find the rest of the ones that we made contact with and we couldn't find them. So we want to put them down quickly. Y'all saw that one, we only put one down in his tracks, and that's because he took a header from old Shane boy, and that audio was absolutely crisp. Sounded like he shot a bowl of water. Growing up in Texas and growing up around hunting and stuff like that, it's common knowledge. Use specific hunting rounds for specific targets, specific prey. But it got me thinking, how do we transition that over to the fighting rifle and the prepared citizen? It's not a new concept that I want to go over, but essentially you've got guys like me, I'm in this boat as well. We buy bulk training ammo, cheap M855, 55 grain FMJs to train with, maybe some green tips here and there. That's the bulk of what everybody carries. That's going to be your easiest battlefield pickup. Statistically, you look at special ops, tier 1 guys, everybody overseas that is launching 5.56, everybody uses 77 grain OTMs. And while I do advocate for, yeah, you do need to have a handful of those, they're not as prevalent as the other round. Battlefield pickup, they're not going to be quite as common, and they're more expensive. So it's just, let's face it, it's cheaper to buy the cheap stuff and train with that. But long story short, it got me thinking, for those of you shooting the 77 grain OTMs, and that's like all you feed your gun is the Primo stuff like that, like good on you, you're pretty much set. This video is not necessarily for you. Upon further inspection of the hog that we put down, I donated some rounds to his carcass as well. And I zipped one right into his lower hip, upper femur, and it passed completely through both legs and shattered his hip joints completely to where when I grabbed his leg to drag him over to the feeder, he had like 4 elbows in each leg. So obviously catastrophic structure failure inside where those bones are, which leads me to the point that, guys, if you are only stocking up on 55 grain FMJ or the 69 grain, 62 grain green tip with the little penetrators and all that good stuff, that is perfectly fine. I'm not saying stop buying that stuff, but keep in mind, if that's what you're primarily going to use for if doo-doo hits the fan and it's go time, you need to consciously make an effort to, next time you go out and train, instead of the 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, or bill drill and all that stuff, you need to consciously be aware what your target looks like and where his structure is. Because based off of our data we received from that pig carcass, if you're just hitting straight meat, it's going to zip right through and you're not going to cause as much catastrophic damage as if you start hitting structure. So if you're only launching 55 and green tips, then I would say primarily focus on pelvic girdle. The 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, the Mozambique, the bill drills to A-zone center mass. I'm not saying slack on doing that, but start incorporating more drills in your repertoire of what they commonly know as the zipper drill. And essentially what you're going to do on the buzzer or whenever you start the drill is you're going to aim center mass of the pelvic girdle, which is pelvis, aka the goober, aka shoot him in the dick.
Watch your profanity.
And then you're going to rip 6 or 7 rounds just like a bill drill, but you're going to ride that recoil up into center mass. And by doing so, we basically got 2 birds with 1 stone. So if they are wearing body armor, standard 10x12 shaped sappy plates, that's your A zone, C zone, whatever. Well, starting in the pelvic girdle like that, I don't know anybody except for a couple of old school GWAT dudes that still wear the dick shield. You start at the pelvic girdle and you're gonna blow that structure up. I guarantee you 10 times out of 10, yeah, they still might be able to shoot, but there ain't no dog left in that fight. They're gonna crumble like a freaking wet diaper. You do what you need to do after the fact. So it's just something to keep in mind. Essentially, if your round is designed to stay intact and not open up, not slow down, it's just designed to penetrate, you need to prioritize skeletal structure over vital areas. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying one round is better than the other. I'm not saying whatsoever, but here at this channel, we are all about maximizing what we have, because not everybody has the funds and the budgets to go, okay, I'm gonna go buy 1,000 rounds of 77 grain OTM. I know I don't. I wish I could, maybe someday. But we use what we got and we train till we get badass at what we got. Then we move up from there. So if you're launching cheaper stuff, go for structure first. Let's go over the rifle. So obviously this thing changes like every other day as far as the setup goes. So it definitely has quite a bit of stuff on it. It's a little bit of a chunky boy. I'm not too terribly worried about weight with this setup because precision is what I'm aiming at for this. And you're obviously gonna have trade-offs, plus and minuses, pros and cons with running it super light or running it super heavy. Yes, it does suck moderately humping this in and out of a deer stand or property and walking around with it, but I'm willing to deal with that suck because the way this is set up, it doesn't move whatsoever. Weight wise, with a loaded mag, I think I'm right at 12 or 13 pounds, so it's not horrible, it's not ideal. But out front, I'm running a Gymtech Trek 2 dedicated 5.56 suppressor, direct thread. We've got just a standard run-of-the-mill flashlight. So I've got white light, and then I've got the IR laser and illuminator on here if I'm running the nods. For anything like that, I don't really use that a whole lot. It can be on the rig or not, and it won't hurt. I'm running a bipod on here for shooting benched, prone, anything like that. Or a lot of times, if I want to set this bitch down, you just pop those legs down. You ain't got to worry about it being in the dirt too much. We've got our classic 1913 quad rail, 14 5-inch ballistic advantage, Primo 5.56 barrel, mid-length gas system on that. The upper and lower I think the upper is an Aero Precision receiver frame. The bottom is a Poverty Pony, but the internals have all been pulled. I've got a Wilson Combat BCG in there, and then I've got the Timney 3-pound flat face trigger, a whole bunch of Magpul furniture, stuff you've seen all over the place. As far as my optics setup, like I said, I've got the tried and true Gunnar Odin 1-10. This thing is the tits. I absolutely love it. It's probably never coming off this gun again unless Gunnar makes something better. I've got a offset enclosed micro red dot. This is something I started trying out, I think, 1.5 years ago, 2 years maybe. And it is the Siley Bear, which is like, you know, the ghetto Temu version of the Acro. And all I can say is this thing has held zero on literally everything I've put it on, and it is a tank. So absolutely no objections there. I'm happy with that. And then out front, you can see that we have the Hydra 635. So we've done a review on the Hydra before. It was their baseline model. Their 635 by D&T paired with the Gunnar 1-10. Chef's kiss. By far my favorite thermal setup. I have all this mounted on a 0.5 inch 34 slot pick rail riser to get everything up a little bit, just for a little bit easier on the old giraffe neck. So I'm digging that. I'm digging this whole setup. It was a lot of fun to shoot with. So I've got a couple of other videos on D&T products. I have their baseline Hydra model and their Thermite. If you're more interested in D&T stuff, you can switch over to one of those videos. Those are pretty cool. YouTube is pretty freaking gay when it comes to thermal stuff. YouTube thinks that thermal optics and thermal footage is technically modifying a weapon, which we all know it's not. It's just a freaking optic. But you got to play the game, I guess. I've been told by D&T that they have some brand new stuff coming out here pretty soon, so definitely jump over to Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Be sure to follow those guys and check out and keep an eye out for them, because they got some brand new stuff coming our way. Hopefully it'll end up on the channel as well. Guys, I really appreciate you stopping by. Don't ever think for a second that I don't appreciate y'all's support and everything that y'all have done for me and the channel. You can definitely check me out on Instagram, Facebook. But yeah, go check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. I post random things here and there on those channels that aren't on the main channel here. Yeah, guys, I got nothing else for you. DTW. Always push back.